If you would like to know how you can accelerate your retirement and how you can generate enough money for retirement in less than 3 years, even if you have little to nothing put away right now, you need to watch this video. Because in this video, I'll be sharing with you how you can generate enough for retirement in less than 3 years, even if you have nothing put away right now. It's going to be a good one. How can you accelerate your retirement? Let's look at some statistics first. In a recent survey by Angus Reid, they found that 62% of those aged 55 or older have delayed their retirement because they don't have enough savings or investments, and that 63% of older Canadians are worried about never being able to retire. And I'm sure that it's not just a Canadian issue. Now, typically, how much would you need for retirement? And according to CanadaLife.com, general wisdom is that you'll need 70 to 80% of your current salary to maintain a similar lifestyle in retirement. That means right now, if you made $100,000 a year, for example, you should plan to have $70,000 to $80,000 in retirement income. And that's $70,000 to $80,000 annually. Okay? That's what you need to have in order to maintain the same level of lifestyle that you have right now. And going back to this stat that 62% of people who are aged 55 right now, that means typical age of retirement, I think, is around 65 years old. So you're 10 years away from retirement and you're worried because you don't have enough savings or investments. And naturally, you'll be anxious. What do you do? How do you save enough within 10 years in order to prepare yourself for retirement so that you don't have to work beyond the age of 65? It's crazy enough that we need to work to the age of 65. We spend the majority of our lives working that we never actually have time to actually enjoy ourselves and enjoy life and do the things that we really want to do. It's bad enough that we need to work till 65. Now imagine not being able to even retire at 65. And that's the situation most people are faced with right now. So what's the way out? What's the way out? If right now you're anxious about retirement, you need to consider NovTech as a vehicle to not only have enough for retirement, but to accelerate it. You need to consider NovTech. And if you're thinking, well, what's NovTech? And how can NovTech help me accelerate my retirement? Before I go into the specific details of what NovTech is and what they do and how they can help you with retirement and having enough for retirement, so on and so forth, I need to read the earnings disclaimer. The use of this information, products, and services should be based on your own due diligence, and you agree that neither myself or NovTech is liable for any success or failure of your business that is directly or indirectly related to the purchase and use of the information, products, and services reviewed or advertised. All information contained herein should be independently verified and confirmed. We do not accept any liability for any loss or damage whatsoever caused in reliance upon such information or services. Please be aware of the risks involved with any trading done in any financial market. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Trading cryptocurrencies, also called digital or virtual currencies, crypto assets, altcoins, and so on, as well as Forex, involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for everyone. All users must be 18 years of age or older. Okay, so with that out the way, who is NovTech and how can they help you towards your retirement? Well, NovTech is a subsidiary of NovaPay LLC and boasts some of the industry's leading professionals worldwide. NovTech's products and services are backed by ATMs, crypto and debit card transactions, and the crypto and foreign exchange trading markets. NovTech's executive staff contains over 40 years of combined experience in blockchain technologies, professional networking, leadership and team building, software and project management, computer and network engineering, finance and education. I mean, this is a team of staff with a wide range of experience. And as such, they're able to bring us this phenomenal vehicle that can potentially change your financial future. NovTech's trusted team of professionals can be heavily relied upon to deliver exemplary results to your online business. Now, what does NovTech do exactly? I've read all of this great stuff, but what exactly do they do? And how can they make you money to help you towards retirement? I'm sure that's the question on your mind right now. And what NovTech does is that they're a registered hedge fund. And they are also a registered MetaTrader broker operating their own trading platform with one of the deepest liquidity pools in the industry. What is a hedge fund, you might ask? According to Investopedia.com, hedge funds are actively managed investment pools whose managers use a wide range of strategies, often including buying with borrowed money and trading esoteric assets. And the key thing is in an effort to beat average investment returns for their clients. That's very important to remember. They make an effort to beat average investment returns for their clients. But they are also considered risky alternative investment choices. So there's risk associated, especially when you're trying to generate money in a short period of time. You're going to have to take bigger amounts of risk. But with greater risk comes greater reward. So keep that in mind. Hedge funds require a high minimum investment or net worth, excluding all but wealthy clients. And this is the reason that many people today are not involved in a hedge fund, because typically to be able to be part of a hedge fund, you need to be a high net worth individual. You need to have, a high minimum investment in the hundreds of thousands or millions. And so it's usually been a wealthy people's game. But NovTech is changing that, because NovTech's mission is to make the game of the rich available to everyone. In fact, if you read their mission statement, I won't read the whole thing, but I want to read the part that I've highlighted. NovTech's mission is to empower individuals to achieve new financial heights and personal freedom. In other words, they want to make wealth available to everyone. They want to give everyone a shot at financial freedom, at reaching new financial heights, at having enough to take care of themselves and their needs. They want to help people break the back of poverty, essentially, break the back of lack. And how do they do this? Well, what NovTech offers is cryptocurrency and Forex MT5 trading platform. They also offer a PAM account, which is the highlight of what I'll be talking about primarily in this presentation. And they also offer the MT5 accounts. And the MT5 accounts is for people that want to trade on their own, who have the skill to trade on their own. NovTech is a registered MetaTrader 5 broker, so they can offer you the platform. If you're skilled enough to do your own trading, you can open an account with them and you can trade on their MT5 platform. But for people who do not know how to trade, who don't have the skills to trade profitably, they offer the PAM account, and I'll talk more about the PAM account later on in this presentation. They also offer a cryptocurrency payment gateway that handles the transactions for them in a reliable and safe manner, as well as an exclusive affiliate program where you can get paid bonuses where you refer other people, but it's completely optional. Now, if you've never heard some of the terms I'm talking about, I've talked about trading, cryptocurrency, hedge fund, and so on and so forth. And if all of this sounds foreign to you, I'm going to try my best to explain a little bit more exactly how NovTech makes money. Okay, so what is crypto and Forex trading? Because this is primarily how NovTech generates profits for investors. But what exactly is that? Trading is the conversion of one currency for another. For example, if you live in Canada like I do and you're going to England on vacation like I will be soon, you would need to convert your Canadian dollars to British pounds. Okay? So that's what Forex trading is all about, is the conversion of one currency for another, the buying and selling of currency pairs. And in the case of crypto trading, you can buy one digital currency for another. So you can trade Bitcoin against, Ethereum or another coin. Cryptocurrency is digital, operating independently of a central bank. Okay? Now, the foreign exchange market is a global decentralized market for the trading of fiat currencies. And fiat currencies are nothing more than the British pound, US dollar, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, so on and so forth. And the foreign exchange market is what determines the foreign exchange rate. Okay? And it's one of the most actively traded markets in the world, with an average daily trading volume of about 5 trillion. In fact, I heard now it's more around 6 to 7 trillion that's traded on a daily basis in the foreign exchange market. So, and trading Forex takes place 24 hours, 5 days a week, while crypto trades 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And how exactly is money made trading? And to simplify it, let's say we are trading the euro versus the US dollar. And let's assume that the pair is trading at $1.05. That means 1 euro will buy you $1.05. Okay? Now, if you buy the euro versus the US dollar because you believe the price will rise to $1.10 and the price moves up, you make money. It's as easy as that. You're buying it at $1.05. The price moves up to $1.10. You sell it at that point. You make a profit. And in fact, the profits can be accelerated or increased drastically using the power of leveraging. But I'm not going to talk about that too much. I just want to give a simplified version of how trading works. But if you buy US dollar, or if you buy euro US dollar, believing it's going to go up, but the price actually goes down from $1.05 to $1.04, and you're in a buy trade, you lose money. Why? Because the value has gone down by a cent. Okay? And the opposite is also true. If you enter a sell position with the euro USD pair, hoping that the price will go down from $1.05 to $1.04, and it does, again, you make money because you've correctly predicted the direction the market's going to go. But if, however, you're in a sell position and the price moves up from $1.05 to $1.10, then you lose money. So the magic in trading is incorrectly predicting which direction the market will move, which is not an easy thing to do, which is why a lot of people lose money. A lot of retail traders, individual traders who try to go at it alone end up losing money. In fact, when I opened my trading account with FXCM, one of the warnings I received while I was opening my account is that most people lose money trading. And that's because we don't really know what we're doing, because there's a lot of technical analysis that's involved, reading the charts. And, you need to be really experienced and skilled to be able to make money in this industry. And a lot of people try to go at it alone. They over leverage. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just more or less gambling, and they end up losing money. And this is why we allow the expert traders at NovTech to do the trading for us. And this is what NovTech offers you: the ability to have expert traders trade on your behalf, traders that have a track record of generating consistent profits. That's what NovTech offers. Now, talking about trading, the banks actually do this with your money. You see, when you deposit money into your bank account, in your savings account, current account, whatever account, the bank is actually allowed to use that money and trade it in the foreign exchange market and in other investment vehicles. And they do this and generate astronomical amounts of profits for themselves. And then they pay you 0.1% if you're lucky. Maybe if you have a savings account, they might give you 2% if you're lucky. But they're generating millions and billions of dollars with the money that we deposit in the bank and giving us peanuts in return. Now, what is the PAM account? The PAM account stands for Percentage Allocation Management Module. And NovTech, offers the PAM account for those who don't want to do their own trading. And the PAM account is not proprietary to NovTech. This is something that's used widely in the industry. It's not just something that NovTech uses. It's something that's used widely in the financial industry. And it's for those who don't want to do their own trading. It's for those who want the professionals to trade for them, because I'd rather give my money to someone that knows what they're doing rather than trying to go at it alone and lose money. And what happens is with the PAM account, there's a 70-30 profit split. Okay. So at the end of any given week, when the returns for the week are calculated, 70% of the returns or 70% of the profits are paid out towards all investors, distributed to all investors, while NovTech keeps the 30% as their own reward for doing the trading for you, and which they use to then pay the traders, the other members of staff in the financial department, the technology department, the support team, and so on and so forth. And it's also out of the 30% that the bonuses that they pay out to people doing referrals and things of that nature, it's from that 30% that those bonuses are also paid. So let me highlight or go through the highlights of the PAM account once more. With the PAM account, again, you don't need any experience. Okay, you don't need to know how to trade. You don't need to know anything about reading charts, candlesticks, moving averages, all of that stuff. You don't need to know anything about that. It's also fully automated in the sense that once you deposit your funds with NovTech into the PAM account, NovTech takes care of the trading for you. And pretty much all you need to do is come back every weekend on a Friday to see what the returns were for that week, if there was any return. Returns are not guaranteed, although, it's typically returned 3% weekly since inception. NovTech started June of 2019, and they've just completed 3 years as of June 19, 2022 this year. So NovTech is going into their 4th year of doing business. And in those 3 years, they've never failed to return a profit in any week. Profits, the returns do fluctuate. Sometimes it's been as low as 0.65% for a week, and sometimes it's been as high as 4% for the week. But generally, it averages around 3%, but that's not guaranteed. It can fluctuate. But the key thing is that so far, there's never been a losing week. And they've never lost money for investors so far, which is a great track record. They also have an online support portal. So if you ever have any issues with your account, or you need to contact support for any reason whatsoever, you can put in a support ticket and they can help you. You can upgrade or cancel your account at any time. Meaning, let's say you started with $1,000 today, and you're liking what you see with NovTech. You tried it for a month, and every week you've seen a return, and you decide, I want to put a little bit more money into it. Well, you can upgrade your account at any time. There's no lock-in period. There's no fixed amount. You can also cancel your account at any time. That's a great thing. But the only thing is, within the first 14 days, the first 2 weeks, there's no fees for cancellation. If you decide within the first 2 weeks you no longer want to continue, you can request a full refund of your account, and that will be given to you, no questions asked. You'll be given your full return, and your account will be closed if you so wish. But between 15 and 90 days, if you decide to close your account and get a full refund within 15 and 90 days of opening your account, then there's a 15% penalty that's charged. And the reason for that is whenever you open a PAM account with NovTech, the person who referred you is paid out a bonus depending on how much your initial investment is. So for NovTech not to be at a loss after they've paid out a bonus to the person that referred you, they need to be able to recoup that if you decide to leave within 90 days, which is why the 15% is charged if you decide to make a full withdrawal and cancel your account between 15 and 90 days. But after 90 days, again, you're able to take out your money, close your account, make a full withdrawal without any penalties. So be mindful of that. There is also the ability to manually compound your earnings by redepositing your earnings, your weekly earnings, into your trading account, which a lot of people do on a weekly basis. When we get paid on a Friday, a lot of people decide to manually transfer that profit from their bonus account back into their trading account. And the idea behind that is that they want to grow the balance of their trading account so that they can potentially earn more the following week. But that's optional. And that's the reason that you have to do it manually, because if you don't manually do it, NovTech will just continue to trade with whatever you put into your trading balance. And that's because you also have the option to withdraw your profits every week. You don't have to redeposit it and grow your trading balance. You can also just withdraw your weekly profits if you so choose. Okay? So it's completely up to you what you want to do with your returns. They also give you the ability to track your account progress. Like I've said, NovTech, over the past 3 years that they've been in operation, have averaged a return of 2 to 4% on your capital. Okay? So let's say you had $1,000 in your PAM account. 2% of that will be $20. 4% of that will be $40. 3% of that will be $30. So that's what you would typically expect in return, or what I wouldn't say expect, or that's what we would typically see on a weekly basis. Now, like I said, it's not a guaranteed return. There might not be any return. There's a possibility of no return. There's a possibility of actually losing for a week. Although we've been so blessed that NovTech, there's never been a week where they failed to make a good return for us. But that could change. There's no guarantees. It all depends on the market. But the average has been around 2 to 4% weekly. And so, for example, as an example on the screen, for the week of May 27th, 2022, the return for that week was 2.84%. The return last week, if I remember correctly, was around 2.89%. The week before that was around 3.10%. So it does change. But what you can also see on this chart are the red and green candlesticks. And those sticks, each stick stands for a month. It represents a month. So you can also see typically what we're getting in return for a month. That first green one that you see, that's for December 2021. And for December 2021, the return was about 15%. Then January 2022, which is the first red stick, that was 11.6%. February, 11.2% for the month. March, 15.9% for the month. April 2022, 11.5% for the month. And then as at 27th of May 2022, we were sitting at 7.7% for the month. So this lets you know how your account is progressing and the type of returns you're seeing on a weekly basis. And you can see all of this in your back office once you open your PAM account with NovTech. And the key thing is NovTech lets you be in control of your money because it's your money. You have access to your capital at all times. There's no earnings cap. They don't cap it that, after you've made X amount, then, you have to take out your money and start all over again. No, there's no earnings cap. You can keep earning for as long as you're in the hedge fund. There are no withdrawal limits, although there is a minimum of $40 when you're making a withdrawal. There is no withdrawal fees in the first 14 days, as I explained before. and there is a 15% withdrawal fee between the 15th and 90th day. And this only applies if you're closing your account, by the way. But then again, after 90 days, once you've been in the program for 90 days, if you decide you want to withdraw all your capital and close your account at that point, there's no fees for that. But there will be transaction fees, which is completely different. And I'll explain a little bit about that. So when you're funding your PAM account with NovTech, it's funded with cryptocurrency. And at this point, NovTech accepts Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and USDT ERC20. Those are the 4 types of crypto that NovTech currently supports. So when you're making a transfer into your NovTech account, when you're transferring crypto into your NovTech account to fund it, there might be fees from your exchange when you make that transaction. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about with regards to fees. So, and that's different from withdrawing all of your capital from NovTech within the 90-day period. Those are cancellation fees, which is different from the fees your exchange charges you when you're making a transfer into your NovTech account. So just wanted to make a distinction between those two things. Okay. So also be mindful that you fund your NovTech account with cryptocurrency. Okay. And if you don't know how to do that right now, I have a lot of videos on my channel that shows you what you need to do. Also, if you do come on board with NovTech and sign up with my team using my referral link, I always help those that come into NovTech under my team. I always give them the best support that I can. I've had a lot of people join my team who had no idea about crypto, who have never opened a crypto account in their life, and I've been able to support them to open their crypto accounts, open their NovTech accounts, and get everything up and running. I do the best that I can to help the people that come in with me and join my team. So don't worry if you don't know anything about crypto, how to fund your account, how to buy cryptocurrencies and things of that nature. Don't worry about that if you're interested in being a part of this wonderful opportunity, because I have the resources to help you. Okay. Now, if you decide to join NovTech, we have different trading packages that you can come in with depending on how much you currently have and how much you can currently afford. With the builder package, you need a monthly balance in your PAM account of between $99 and $499. And I personally don't really recommend the builder package, especially if you're only coming in with, less than $500, it's going to be hard to see a good profits after NovTech, because there's a $25 monthly fee that NovTech charges on your account, and that's a service fee. Okay. Now, if you're only trading with a small balance, when they take that service fee at the end of the month, you're not really going to see a substantial profit. It's not going to be, anything tangible if you're coming in at the builder package level. So I don't really recommend it. But at the end of the day, if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. But if you're coming in on the builder package, the idea is that you don't stay in the builder package. That's why it's called builder. You're supposed to build it by either, leveraging the affiliate program, bringing other people into NovTech and getting bonuses to help maximize or increase how much you're making so that you can then use that to build your trading balance. Or maybe later on down the line, you add some extra money, maybe a little $50 here, $100 here, $30 here, and you're gradually building your account to a point where what you're trading with is substantial and the profits you're receiving on a monthly basis is not too affected by the monthly fee that's taken. Okay, so it's important to keep that in mind. With the bronze package, you need to be trading a balance of between $500 and $2,499. With the silver package, you need to be trading a balance of between $2,500 and $4,999. And with the gold package, you need to be trading a balance of between $5,000 and $9,999. Now, with the platinum package, you need to be trading a balance of between $10,000 and $24,999. And all of these packages, like I mentioned, have a monthly service fee of $25. Okay. Now, when you start trading a balance of at least $25,000, you become a part of a very exclusive VIP club. And there's some perks that come with that. And one of the first perks is that there's no monthly service fee. So once you're trading with a balance of at least $25,000, they no longer charge you the $25 monthly fee. You also get a 1% cash back on all your profits for the month. Okay. And this is not 1% on your trading balance. It's not 1% on the $25,000. It's 1% of the return on investment that's generated on your account for the month. So let's say you're trading $25,000 and in a month, you get, about $3,000 in profits. You'll get 1% of that $3,000, okay, for the month. And that's monthly. So just be clear on the distinction of what the cashback entails. So that's the perks of, being part of the VIP and trading with a balance of at least $25,000. Once you hit $100,000 in trading balance, you are now part of the prestigious Presidential Club. And again, no monthly fees. You also get a $1,000 one-off gift card bonus. This is not an extra $1,000 a month. Nope. It's a $1,000 one-off gift card bonus. And this time you get a 2.5% cash back on your monthly ROI. So you graduate from 1% cashback to 2.5% cashback. Again, that's based on the returns for the month. The cashback is based on the returns for the month, not the trading balance. It's not 2.5% of the 100,000 your trading balance. It's 2.5% of whatever your return on investment was for that month. Now, let me give you an illustration of how you could generate 80,000 annually, because we're talking about how you can accelerate your retirement with NovTech. And now that you understand what NovTech does and how NovTech makes money, how does this tie in with retirement and how you can generate money for your retirement? And I want to give you this illustration because remember, according to the stats that I gave earlier, if you were earning $100,000 a year, you're expected to be able to generate $70,000 to $80,000 a year for your retirement as retirement income. Okay, so I'm going to use that as an example to demonstrate how NovTech can help you with that. And this is for illustration purposes only. And keep in mind that returns are not guaranteed. And I've run some of these calculations using the calculatorsite.com. And you can also go there and use the compound interest calculator, run your own numbers to be more specific to your own personal needs. So $80,000 a year, for example, let's say, right now you're earning $100,000 a year, and in retirement, you're expecting to be able to generate around $80,000 a year to be able to maintain your current lifestyle after you've retired. Well, that's equals to $6,667 per month. Okay, because if you divide 80,000 by 12 months, you get $6,667. So let's assume that right now you're 55 years old and you have nothing saved for retirement, but you have $1,500 that you can start with trading with NovTech, okay? And you plan to retire by the age of 65. So you have around 10 years, okay? So how long would it take you to turn $1,500 into $50,000? And you might be wondering, why $50,000? Well, it will make sense when I get to the next slide. Again, remember, this is for illustration purposes. Returns are based on past performance, but not guaranteed. And this assumes you are redepositing all your returns into your trading balance for 2.5 years, okay? So let's say you had $1,500 right now. And like I said before, NovTech, based on past performance, which does not indicate future results, but because that's what it's done in the past, we can assume that it can continue to do that. So $1,500 with a weekly return of around 3%, and you're going to redeposit all the profits you make on a weekly basis, you're going to deposit that into your trading balance. And we're also taking into consideration the $25 monthly maintenance fee withdrawal. Well, how long would it take you to grow that $1,500 into $50,000 if you were redepositing your profits and your return on investment into your trading account every week? It would take you 2 years and 5 months. Okay? So after 2 years and 5 months of redepositing your weekly returns into your trading account, your PAM account with NovTech, it would have grown to $54,235. Your $1,500 today, in 2 years, 5 months time, could potentially have grown to $54,235 in less than 2.5 years. Let that sink in, okay? In less than 2.5 years. And the reason, and you might be asking, well, I can't retire on $50,000. Well, with a trading balance of $50,000, you can generate more than the $6,667 that you need monthly. Remember, if you were retiring and you're currently earning $100K, in retirement you want to have at least $80K annually. And we calculated that to be $6,667 a month. Well, in order for you to generate that, you need $50,000 in your trading balance. And we've determined that even if you were starting with $1,500, you could compound that by redepositing your profits on a weekly basis for 2 years and 5 months. If you do that diligently for 2 years, 5 months, you could potentially have grown your account to over $50,000. And that would then put you in the position where you could generate the $6,667 you need monthly, which is the equivalent of $80K annually. You don't need to wait 10 years to do that. You could potentially do that in 2 years, 5 months time. That's amazing. So if right now you're worried, you're anxious, retirement is not so far away, you don't have anything or you don't have much put away, and it's in the back of your mind, what am I going to do? Am I going to have to carry on working past the age of 65? Well, the good news is with NovTech, you could potentially change all that within 2 years and 5 months using this strategy that I'm showing right now. You could potentially change all of that. And I'm not saying that you retire in 2 years, 5 months, but in 2 years, 5 months, you could be in the position where you're already generating the amount you need for retirement while you're still working. That's the beauty of this. You can still carry on working till 65, but have this vehicle that's generating $6,000, almost $7,000 for you monthly. So that by the time you come to retire, there's no anxiety, there's no worry, because you know you can fund it. You know that you have something that's generating the money that you will need for you to live comfortably in retirement. That's the beauty of this. Your story can change literally in less than 3 years. That's the power of this. You could potentially be generating enough for retirement by your 58th birthday. Remember, we did this illustration based on someone who was 55, who had little to nothing. And based on the calculations we've run, starting with just $1,500, by your 58th birthday, you could potentially be in a position where you're already generating what you would need for retirement. And you still have a few years left before you even retire. That's the great news. You could potentially be generating enough for retirement by your 58th birthday, even with nothing saved right now, and starting with just an initial deposit of $1,500. But let me give you another example. What if you redeposited all your weekly returns for 5 years? You see, I think it was Einstein that says that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. The power of compound interest, the power of compounding. And again, this is illustration purposes only. And I must reiterate, returns are based on past performance but not guaranteed. But because we've consistently seen around an average of 3% weekly, that's why we're using that as an example. And if again you took that $1,500 starting capital and it was returning 3% weekly, like NovTech has averaged, and for 5 years you just carried on redepositing all your weekly ROI, all your weekly return on investments, your weekly profits, instead of withdrawing it and spending, you're redepositing it into your trading balance to continue to grow it. Well, if you practiced that and did that consistently for 5 years, by the end of 5 years, your account could have potentially grown to over $3 million, starting with just a seed of $1,500. In 5 years. Now, am I recommending this? Am I telling you to do this? No. I personally believe that at some point you should take profits, spend money, fix up your house, buy yourself something nice, go on holiday, maybe buy a second home, whatever you want to do. But potentially, I want you to see the potential in this thing. And if you do decide to go this route, the question is, would $3.2 million be enough for retirement? I think so. But these are just for illustration purposes, and you can, like I said, the calculatorsite.com, you can go to, and this is not a NovTech tool, it's something that anybody can just go to the website, thecalculatorsite.com, and you can run some of these numbers based on your own personal situation, okay? And then you can formulate your own strategy on how you want to leverage NovTech. Like I said before, there's also a dedicated support portal at support.novtechfx.com. So if you have any questions, any issues, technical issues, normally your first point of contact would be the person that referred you to NovTech. The assumption is they'll be a lot more knowledgeable, so they might be able to help you with certain things. But if it's something that's past, what they're capable of doing for you, then at that point you can open a support ticket at support.novtechfx.com. Now, sometimes people wonder, okay, what are the documentations of registration for NovTech? Are they licensed? Are they regulated? So I just want to go over that really quickly. NovTech is a registered hedge fund in the state of Florida. Okay, and this is their certificate of registration. And at the time of this recording, they have filed all the annual reports that they need to file to the state of Florida. And this report, they need to say who the owners are and so on and so forth. And if they don't file this, the state of Florida can actually shut down the business. So for them to still hold a valid certificate or a valid registration, that means they're in compliance with the requirements of the state of Florida. Okay. Now, NovTech is also regulated by FinCEN, and FinCEN is the Financial Crime Enforcement Network. FinCEN, what exactly does FinCEN do? They have the challenging task of writing and coordinating the enforcement of anti-money laundering rules for more than 100,000 banks, credit unions, money service businesses, insurance companies, securities brokers, casinos, mutual funds, precious metal dealers, and other financial institutions. And SmartBit, which is one of the companies under the umbrella of NovTech, and with SmartBit, you can securely buy Bitcoin online with your debit card and credit card. In fact, when you open an account with NovTech, there's a link in your NovTech back office. And when you click on that link, it takes you to the SmartBit site where you'll be able to buy cryptocurrency with your debit card or your credit card. That's one of the other business that's under NovTech, and that's another avenue that they use to generate income for the business. They also have the Bitcoin ATMs, and again, that's within the SmartBit part of NovTech. And SmartBid is actually regulated by FinCEN, and you can see their FinCEN registration number on the bottom right of the screen, ending 22512. And if you actually go on the FinCEN website, you can see that on the right hand side where it says MSB registration number, again, that's that same number, 22512. And you can see circled in red at the bottom the legal name SmartBid. And in fact, if you look at the address of the business registration, you see that it's the same address here that the business is registered with the state of Florida. Okay, 1825 Northwest Corporate Boulevard. Again, 1825 Northwest Corporate Boulevard. Letting you know that it's the same business. So if you like what you heard and you're interested in getting started with NovTech as a possible vehicle to help you accelerate your retirement, you can get started by using my referral link, which will be in the description of the video that you're watching right now. My referral link will be in the video description, and you can use that, and that will take you to the registration page for NovTech. But before you do that, it's important that you fund when you open your NovTech account, it's important that you fund your account within 48 hours, because accounts that are not funded within 48 hours will be deleted. And then you would have to start your registration all over again with a different email address, and it can just get a little bit frustrating. So my advice is to get your crypto ready first. Open your crypto account with an exchange, with a Coinbase, with a ShakePay, with a crypto.com, whatever exchange you decide to use. Open your account, have a crypto wallet, buy your crypto, have it ready to fund, then use my registration link to open your NovTech account so that you're able to fund your account immediately once you open it. And that way you don't have to worry about your account being deleted if you don't fund it within 48 hours. Very, very important. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Also kindly subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with new videos. If you want to learn more about NovTech, do check out my channel. I have a lot more videos going into detail about what you can expect with NovTech and so on and so forth. And if you really enjoyed this video, then I recommend watching this next one too.